Just a quick question before I progress into the latter part of the episode. What does crisis mean to you?
Inability to make a decision quickly or poor planning. And what I mean by that, of course, there's going to be crises that you can't control. Look at the Lindt chocolate episode in Sydney. No one could control that, right? So crisis is broken down into two: controllable, uncontrollable. Crisis that you can't control is not, you can't do anything about. Crisis that you can control is not a crisis. So, and often when people say I'm in crisis, and I step one, I go, did they control this or they can't control it? If they can't control it, it's a genuine crisis. If they can't control it, the reason they're in crisis is because of poor planning and the ability to make a decision. So the key is, if you reverse engineer that, is you've got to try and best plan for crises that you can't control. And I mean, I used to chair the CBD Economic Development Board in Brisbane. So when that lunatic in Melbourne let loose with his car and ran people over in Burke Street Mall, well, obviously that was a crisis that no one could control. So here in Brisbane, we looked at what we needed to do to secure cars not being able to drive on the mall, and we put the bollards. Now, they're not the most attractive things in the world, I agree. However, you have to give to get. And I would rather see a mall that has 1 million people a week walk it, safe, even if it meant that there's going to be some ugly temporary bollards, put up. So that's an example of crisis and then reacting. Now, had we seen that in Melbourne and not done anything in Brisbane, and it happened a week later, then that was the inability of making a decision quickly. That was poor planning, and that crisis happened.